What is narrative therapy and how is it used in financial therapy? Narrative therapy is a traditional counseling technique that's used to reframe the narrative for clients. There's really three major techniques that are used. Primary one is externalizing conversation. So this is a conversation with an individual where you're attempting to externalize negative aspects. So an example of this would be, you're not an anxious person, you're a person who at times feels anxiety. We're distancing the negative thing, anxiety, from the individual. Another core technique is identifying positive outcomes. So this is sort of the flip side of that coin. Is we're not going to focus on just distancing the negative, but really showing how you've internalized positive. We're pointing out examples of where they've been successful. So show me a time when you faced a hard decision and it went well. And we point out the things that they did and we highlight them. And finally, there's just the reauthoring, or I call it reframing, which is a very quick and effective way to deal with a lot of things with an individual. A good example that I've used personally as more of a financial therapy technique is reframing house buying. So working with a mid-career individual who has negative feelings about never purchasing a home. And so I point out, hey, you've been a forever renter, but do you think you'd be where you are career-wise now if you didn't have geographic mobility to follow job opportunities? And what's great about narrative therapy is you make that statement. We don't have to do some long drawn out thing to get to a conclusion. It hits instantly. I go, wow, you're right. And something that's been pulling them down for years instantly turns into a positive thing. So that's how it's used in financial therapy. Is we can use all these techniques. We can externalize financial outcomes that are related to things like anxiety, depression, and make sure it's not connected to the individual. We can really point out the positive things and try and build up and highlight from there. We can reframe. And what's wonderful about this is it can be used in many different types of professions. We're not changing behaviors. We're simply kind of holding up a mirror to the individual and showing them how they're successful and trying to build from there.